Have you ever noticed how some people seem to get everything done that they want to accomplish? And they seem like they're doing it with half of the effort and energy that we're putting into it? So it's not about them really being more productive or having more hours. It's about where they focus their energy. Success isn't about hard work. It's about smart energy investment. Most people waste energy on things that end up holding them back instead of what moves them forward. And oftentimes it's just because we're not sure exactly where to put that energy. Sourena, as someone who's disabled, he learned that he cannot afford to waste any energy whatsoever, not 1 ounce, on something that doesn't matter. And by the end of this video, you'll have concrete strategies that help you focus your energy and tap into your full potential. These videos are a collaboration. Sourena, who has cerebral palsy, develops the written material, and I present it on camera.
The important energy I have to manage. Instead of working hard to manage your energy.
And I'm going to tell you how.
Take it away, Chris.
I'll take it away. The victim mindset trap. Stop spending energy on things that you can't control. A lot of people, and we've all been guilty of this, we waste energy dwelling on circumstances that are just out of our control. Right? Things that no matter how much energy we put into it, they're just not going to change. Right? And there's a difference because we all face those type of challenges. But there's a difference between dealing with the challenges and dwelling on them. One of them is effective and one of them's not. And I'm sure you can guess which is which. But examples are, the economy, office politics, family drama. There's all these reasons that life can become difficult and that we face challenges, but we can't control those things. Right? So why dwell on them? With Sourena, he spent long periods of time, dwelling on his disability and how it makes everything harder. But that's when he realized that dwelling was doing nothing, right? But he was thinking, this robbed me of an amazing life, and he was in that mindset. But when he realized, again, that dwelling didn't change anything, he figured, I just need to figure out how to stop dwelling and deal with this strategically. Because what you get out of life is what you put into it. So you want to channel that energy not into dwelling, but into solutions, not complaints. Focus on meaningful goals. You want to find goals that actually excite you, that really truly mean something to you. Too often in life, we have goals that are sort of put onto us by society and other people. It sounds like I should say I want to do this, or it's socially acceptable, so I should say I want to do this. But oftentimes those don't have meaning, and we never get anywhere with them. Right? People are just maintaining a lifestyle or they're surviving when you have that mindset. You need to focus on real, true, meaningful goals. Because the more meaningful your goals are, the more willing you are to fight for them. And without meaningful goals, you're just going to burn all your energy with no real ROI. So spend some serious, dedicated time really uncovering those goals that actually inspire you. And when you find them, write them down. Personalize them. Make sure that they matter. Because if your goals don't excite you, you're not going to sacrifice for them when things get tough. And sacrifice is one of the most important things you have to do when it comes to accomplishing goals. Focus on your process. Success has a system. You got to dial in those habits. Every goal, in order to accomplish it, has a set of habits, right? Habits and actions that you have to take in order to succeed. Those repeatable things. And it's not always about motivation. It's about systematic execution, right? Those habits, always doing what needs to be done. And habits are one of those things that give you the maximum return on your energy. For example, if you want to live a healthier life, you've got to be habitual about exercise and about making good choices when it comes to food. If you want to grow your career, you've got to get habitual at consistent skill building and networking with people that are going to take you in the right direction. If you want real business success, you've got to create habits that help you consistently deliver value to people. You've got to consistently market. All those things are things that if they happen consistently, you're repeating them, they become habits, and that's what drives you forward. But if you focus on the right habits to get the maximum return on your investment and your energy, that's when you're really going to maximize your success. Focus on strategic relationships. Almost every single goal, some would argue every single goal, requires some sort of collaboration, right? We need other people if we want to maximize our potential and be successful. You want to move up in your career? You've got to build relationships and open up your network. You want to grow as an entrepreneur? You need a team, you need customers, you need coaches, you need advisors, right? You need all of these people in order to do that. Even if you want to take better care of your health, you're going to need knowledge. You're going to need guidance from people like trainers, nutritionists, or even people that are just accountability partners. No one achieves success alone, right? And the people around you are either going to multiply that success or they're going to drain that success. And you can tell which people that you want to surround yourself with if you're truly serious about being successful. So what you need to do in order to build those strategic relationships is identify one person that you need in your life right now to help you get to your goals and reach out to that person. Focus on smartly addressing challenges, right? Success is how you navigate challenges. Challenges are a part of life, whether we like it or not. They will always be there. There will be some challenges that you face your entire life, and then there'll be new ones that pop up because things change at a rapid pace. Right? But everyone faces obstacles. Accept it, right? It's part of the journey, right? But winners focus on solutions, not on the problems, right? There's a big difference between focusing on like, oh my gosh, this is so hard versus what can I do about it, right? It's the old martial art thing. When they ask you to break a board, what do most people do? They focus on the problem. They get nervous. They just think this board is hard. It's going to be hard to break. And they put most of their energy into that. But the people who actually break that board and are successful are the ones that realize that this challenge is here, but put all their focus into the technique. I'm going to make a good fist. I'm going to fire that punch. I'm going to go fast. I'm going to hit the center of the board. I'm going to follow through. Those are the people that break that board. And that's a great analogy for giving a little bit of attention to a challenge because you've got to recognize it, but putting more effort and energy into the actual solution, right? So vent for 5 minutes, right? But then get strategic. We're human beings. It would be ridiculous for Sourena to suggest that you don't have any emotions or you think about it at all. But again, vent for 5 minutes, then get strategic and think about like one of the current challenges you're facing and what is one action you could take right now that would move you forward towards that challenge. So get creative in addressing what holds you back. That is where your power lives. Focus on limiting distractions. We live in a distracted world. Distractions come from everywhere. Everything is trying to steal our attention. The enemy of focus, as Sourena will tell you, is being distracted. Now again, since distractions come from so many different angles, in so many different forms, you can't eliminate all your distractions, so don't even try. That's not realistic. But the key is to make sure you understand the difference between healthy breaks and distractions. Because healthy breaks recharge you and distractions steal from you, right? Imagine a deliberate break. You're working really hard on a project and you said, you know what? I'm going to go take a walk. That's going to re-energize you, give you the break you need to come back and have the energy you need to have to be successful. As opposed to, I need a break, let me hop on TikTok, which gets us all fired up as we doom scroll for 2 hours, and that doesn't help us. That sucks our energy out, and when we get back to that project, we're worse for having done that. So understanding the difference between healthy breaks and things that are just negative distractions is crucial for you to maintain energy and be successful. So what you want to do is audit your day. Think about the things, what gives you energy? And then also, what robs you of energy? And then cut those thieves. Some distractions are beneficial. The key is knowing what those are and how we take advantage of those and how we create more of those and avoid the others. Let's lock this in. Managing your energy is not optional, not if you want to be successful, right? It's a skill that will absolutely determine your success. And we talked about several strategies to help you do that, and that's avoiding the victim mindset, setting truly meaningful goals, dialing in your process, building those necessary strategic relationships, addressing challenges smartly, and limiting energy-draining distractions, right? Those strategies are concrete. They work. They are things that Sourena has used in his own life to achieve the levels of success that he's achieved, right? So think about this right now. Based on all that we just talked about, what's one area you're wasting your energy right now? Comment about that below, and let's talk about how to redirect it. And if this helped you, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Feel free to share it with people who need to hear this message. But don't worry, we're just getting started. Remember, What you focus on expands. So focus on what moves you forward and watch your life transform. If you enjoy this content, make sure that you download Sourena's ebook, 5 Keys to an Amazing Mindset, by clicking on the link in the description. And also, please like, comment, and share.